I interviewed Rhonda Byrne at the beginning of this year, and it was a big win. Again, another God wink. Like, I got connected to Rhonda Byrne through my hair colorist. Like, what are the chances of that? And I was like in a really kind of sinking dark mental space, just because of stuff that was going on in my life. And then I interviewed Rhonda Byrne, and like near the end of last year, beginning of this year, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, her work with The Secret shifted me onto this journey. She was where it all started. And from watching The Secret, I started my gratitude journaling. This was in 2007. So this is many, many moons ago. And very quickly after implementing the practices and mindset that she talked about in The Secret, my life just kept getting better and better and better. So much so that everybody was like, how do you do what you do? Which eventually led me to finding my teachers and putting them in Heal. So Rhonda Byrne was like pivotal in where I am today. And that's another thing that I want to talk about, because so often on social media I'll post something, and it's not often, but people are like, oh yeah, because of privilege, it's so easy for you to say this, or oh, look at who you're married to, or this, that, and the other thing, that it's easy for you to say because you have so much. Noted, understood, totally understand that perspective. But the thing is, people don't know where I came from. People don't know the amount of work, especially with gratitude, and the amount of work of being mindful of my thoughts and my beliefs and my self-talk, which of course went off the rails a couple years ago, which is why it's been so intense. But when you get back on the rails, things shift very quickly. And so I just really want to reiterate that you really can start with nothing and create the life of your dreams. That sounds so cheesy. I'm sorry I just said that out loud. But there's stories after stories after stories of, through different techniques and modalities, but where people have literally been at rock bottom and turned their lives around. And so for me, the tool that I've experienced the most profound transformation with is gratitude. Gratitude, and I would say like it's the two people that, kind of their work represents it the most for me are Joe Dispenza and Rhonda Byrne. And it's about using our minds and our hearts to imagine, visualize, and then manifest what we want. If we're not conscious, our brains are hardwired for the negative, and we're just so hard on ourselves. I mean, I'm so hard on myself. If I'm not aware and catching my negative self-talk, it gets pretty ugly up there. So, and it's normal. It's part of being human. Again, it's just the way we're wired. And then you put on top of that the pressures of social media, the comparison, the shame, all of that stuff that is just really hurting our children and our adolescents these days. I honestly don't think I could have survived social media as a teenager if it was around in the 90s. So, gratitude. I'm reading the book The Magic by Rhonda Byrne, and it's 28 days of gratitude, and every day she gives an exercise. And so I just encourage anybody who needs a tool to pick up the book The Magic. I'm just going to promote it right there because it's what I'm doing right now. And the shifts, I've been working with gratitude ever since I talked to Rhonda, and she just reminded me and like how important it is to feel into the future that we desire. So if you need a tool, pick up the book The Magic. It'll walk you through it. I'm not going to talk about it here. But what it's made me wake up to again and remember is that we get so stuck in reality. Like if we want to be in reality, it's a pretty shitty place to be, right? Like it's not a fun place to be right now. So if you are, whether you have an illness that you want to shift, so your reality sucks and you want to get to wellness, you want to heal, you want to, be able to do all the things that you did before that you've never been able to do, but you want to do when you're on the other side of this, when you healed. rather than put focus and energy and attention on the what is, or whether your finances are in ruin right now, whether your relationship is completely decimated, like whatever it is, these challenges that you're facing, if we're putting the attention on this low frequency of this reality, it just brings our whole system down. But people are like, but I have to deal with reality, which I totally understand. But we have these powerful, powerful minds and brains. And if this is how, just a reminder, Joe Dispenza healed his spine. It's how Rhonda Byrne created this incredible empire. We can acknowledge reality. We don't want to, go to the loony bin, but we want to start to use our minds to fantasize, to imagine, to visualize, and to feel into the future we desire. First of all, feeling and focusing on the things that we want and imagining and using that time for play. I think Jesus said it's like the kingdom of heaven is available to the mentality of the child, or whatever. I'm butchering the biblical phrase, but it's we want to be playful and use this incredible instrument of ours to co-create with the divine. And if we're stuck in the mire, the negativity of the current circumstances, we're only going to create more of the current circumstances. So we have to take the reins of our mind. We have to have daily practices that puts us in a higher frequency state. Gratitude, joy, pleasure, all of these things are going to accomplish that. So we need to do more things that bring us into joy. And we need to just take, even if it's 5 minutes a day, or 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at the evening. That's why this book, The Magic, is great. It's like a 28-day boot camp to start and really shift things. But then have a regular practice where, and I like to gratitude journal, but even just in the morning, be grateful for your health. I mean, every day, just be grateful for your health. And even if your reality is screaming, but I'm not healthy, I have this, or I'm diagnosed with this, or I'm in pain. Totally understand it's so difficult to do this, but if you get in the practice every day of just really, I am healthy, and just over and over until you believe it. And if you need to, if there's a part of your body that's stronger, that's functioning that's really, if you have great vision, or if you can kick a soccer ball, whatever the aspect of your life that is healthy, focus on that until that anchors it in truth, and then just my whole body is healthy, and let that seed of truth seep out into the thing, and it will shift. And there's divine timing, but if you do the work, on the other side of the work are the miracles, like I mentioned in my trust anecdote, which still blows me away. So gratitude, another of my practices, which I've shared about before, so I'm sorry if this is redundant, but I write in my journal, and this is, again, it's play. So it might seem silly at first, but it's rooted in truth, and then you expand on imagination. So every day I write in my journal. Writing is a very powerful tool for me, and energetically it just puts that frequency into words. And I say, I am so happy and grateful now that, or I'm so happy and grateful that I'm healthy. That's true. Even though I have Lyme and I'm dealing with that, I feel healthy. I'm so, I'm able-bodied. I'm so grateful, every day. That is health. Without health, we have nothing. So I'm so happy and grateful that I'm healthy. I'm so happy and grateful that my daughter is healthy. I'm so happy and grateful that my husband is healthy. Everybody that I care about, I go through that list. And then so whatever you want to focus on that day, you start to find things in your reality that you're grateful for, and then find things that you desire. Think of the things that you desire and give thanks for them as if they are reality. So anchor it in reality. Find those things you're grateful for. We all can find a few things that we're grateful for, even at our worst, even at rock bottom. And then start to fantasize. Then start to feel I'm so grateful that I just got that promotion. Oh my gosh, that I'm getting all this recognition for my hard work after all this year. I'm so grateful, or I'm so grateful that we found our dream house and it was actually at a price we could afford. I'm so grateful that I just found out I'm pregnant. I'm so grateful that I met a person, a partner that sees me, understands me, and just is, aligned in energy, etc., whatever it is. I'm so grateful that my, so-and-so just got the news that there's no evidence of disease. Whatever it is, mix that in there. The point is, as you're writing these things, maybe at first it seems silly, but you do this practice every day and you realize you're doing this for the purpose of feeling into the future you desire. And as you feel that gratitude, as you feel the joy, which is ultimately the feeling that you're going for, you're not actually going for the dream house, you're going for the feeling of like having this beautiful space to exist in and feel protected and held, and a place to gather your loved ones and create memories. Like we're after the feelings. So if we can have these daily practices of feeling into that future we desire, we're sending out frequency and information into the field, and then life starts to organize in a new way. So that's my practice. It's like fantasizing and feeling into the future you desire, because otherwise, if you just let your brain on default mode, you're in stress, you're in negativity, you're in fear. I mean, you just are. So we really have to consciously take the reins of our mind through these practices and anchor it in truth, and then go on the back of it and just fantasize. And this could be accomplished in 5 minutes per day.
Thank you for listening to the Heal with Kelly podcast. Be sure to tune in every Thursday for more empowering wisdom and inspiring healing stories. And make sure you hit the follow button on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts so you don't miss that one episode that holds the answer you've been searching for. Oh, and if you found this episode inspiring, please rate, review, and share Heal with Kelly so that we can grow our audience and reach more people. We truly appreciate it. Lots of love.